What's going on, everybody? This is Jeff. I'm making this video right here after I made the video about Bitcoin Cash. Um, when I made that video about Bitcoin Cash, this was at $612 billion, and literally within 30 minutes, I just watched almost $40 billion, about $30 billion, I should say. $30 billion pour out of the market, just like that. And most of it was right here, Bitcoin and Ethereum. These two took huge hits just now. So there is whales at play here. Whales are moving. You don't see $30 billion just come out of the market because guys like me and you decided to sell Bitcoin all of a sudden. And it happened literally you could flick your fingers and see that it happened, which means that literally they just pushed the button and we saw $30 billion just removed straight off the table. Guys, this is what happens when Wall Street gets involved. You have to be aware of it. You don't ever FOMO. Guys, this is why I've been talking to you guys about FOMO, buying in the red. Because what happens when you buy at all-time highs, see, you guys were all talking about Cardano buying, well, I shouldn't say all of you because definitely not all of you, but I saw the comments, is it too late to buy Cardano? And, you know, this and that. And when Cardano hit 58 cents, no, we do not FOMO. We do not jump in at all-time highs. This is way better price to buy Cardano right now than it was when it was at 60 cents. There's going to be a lot of buying opportunities here, okay? So when everything was in the green, you were not trying to buy, I hope, because now we're seeing a sea of red for sure. So there's going to be a retracement. The market is going to, there's going to be panic selling. There's going to be a lot of panic selling. You're going to see a lot of your positions. When Wall Street takes profits, which is what they're doing, guys, Wall Street's taking profits. This is why you have to be, if you're not down with this, seeing all-time highs and then seeing the price recede, you have to also be willing to take profits at 5 times gains, 6 times gains. You know, you have to be willing to put it into something like the US dollar and hold it, or even put it into something like Tether if you trust Tether. Tether's down, but I mean, at least it's a store of value that maintains. It's just, I mean, let's see where the market's going right now. There should be some panic selling coming, or what? Or is Wall Street dumping more money back in because they're just pumping the market? See, this is $4 billion just poured back in. That's not guys like me and you putting money in. What I think could be going on is Wall Street's like, okay, we just added. Okay, Wall Street did it. They did it. If it's Wall Street maybe, I don't know, but whoever it is, Asia or Wall Street. I mean, I wish I could get the hourly for where the money's coming from. I mean, Korean won hasn't changed at all, so that doesn't tell me that it's Japan or Korea. US dollar stays the same. So I don't know, is it Wall Street or is it Asia? Or for all we know, it could be a Saudi oil tycoon, right? Or maybe it's London. But either way, I don't know for a fact. If I had an hourly, I mean, we don't see anything that says British pound on here. But is London transacting in pounds? Somebody's pulling strings here. And they're pumping money in quick and pulling it out quick. That's my assumption. It could be wrong. But you don't just see $30 billion pour out of the market just like that in a flick of a wrist, flick of a thumb, you know? So here's what appears to be the play that the whale took, or that 2 whales took, or 3 whales took, whatever it was. So what they did was they waited for the news to drop on Bitcoin Cash. They took profit, and what I wouldn't be surprised to see them do is take profit, wait for some people to panic sell, other smaller whales and people like us who they think are going to get panicked and sell their positions. And then after they do that, they're going to potentially re-inject more money because they've just advanced their purchasing power, and this might go up. Or the other scenario is this just continues to pour out because other smaller whales just continue to leak money, and then we see a real retracement happen, which is what we were talking about in the earlier video today, where, okay, see, we're keeping an eye on this number, and I'm going to kind of drag this video along because I want to give you guys the play-by-play on the way that we're tracking it here. Bitcoin dominance at 48%. I mean, is Bitcoin dominance going to pull below 48 or 45% soon? If we're just looking at the monthly, where this thing can go, it's going to be, if it goes into this range, Bitcoin all of a sudden became a buying opportunity for me. And if it goes into this range, Bitcoin's big time accumulation point. Because from what I'm hearing, now this isn't financial advice, you guys need to be responsible and do your own research. But from what I'm seeing is, or hearing is, Bitcoin's still going to be getting a lot of price action. It's just these kind of things, you're going to have to get used to it. We already know the same old routine. I'm only talking like that because I realize some people are new here, but you know, I keep going on and on about how we just got to get used to the volatility. So if we're going to get used to the volatility, just get used to buying on dips, buying at lows, not at all-time highs, not FOMO action. Okay, let's go ahead and see where the chart. Okay, see. So to me, it looks like whoever pulled that money out, they wanted to scare people, or not scare. I don't think that's fair to say. I think there's definitely some sort of market manipulation happening. Why would they pull out $30 billion and then re-inject cash unless they pulled it out? Unless they pulled it out, anticipating that there would be a surge in Bitcoin Cash all of a sudden coming in, because they did it right after the Bitcoin Cash. So they're like, and even then, maybe someone's taking profit on Bitcoin Cash, although Bitcoin Cash is up, but maybe someone's taking a lot of profit on Bitcoin Cash. All the people who've been hodling Bitcoin Cash for a long time are now like, but it's not indicated here. So it could be they're taking profit on it, but they're not, but there's so much new money coming into Bitcoin Cash that Bitcoin Cash is up. Because it's probably going to be like that last time Bitcoin Cash went up, where all of this was green and everything else was red, but Bitcoin Cash, which is extremely big, big notoriety. It's big news for Bitcoin Cash when that happens, because then it makes Bitcoin Cash look like this juggernaut, this superstar that's highly resilient, resistant to FOMO, FUD, all that stuff. And Bitcoin Cash, everyone's like, everything's down but Bitcoin Cash. That's how the highlight reads, you know? That's how the headline reads. So am I upset about this this kind of price action? No. All I'm saying is I'm paying attention to the data, and I'm watching the charts, and I'm watching the action, and I'm looking to understand it more so that I can get my finger on the pulse. That's what it is. Cardano. Look at Cardano. Dump, pump. What's going on with Cardano? I mean, so no more. We just got to get out of the habit of FOMOing. We're not going to buy high anymore, guys. And if you're going to buy high, just be aware that these kind of things happen. So try not to FOMO anymore. Fear of missing out is FOMO. That means when it goes to an all-time high, you're like, oh man, if I don't get on now, it's going to go even higher. And then all of a sudden when the retracement happens, you're like, wait, I just lost a bunch of money. Should I sell now? And that's how they get the newbies. That's how they get that new money. So that's why I said I'm holding. I'll consider start buying these two. I would say it might be a time for me to consider buying Bitcoin, also keeping in mind that this could pull back to 13,000, 10,000 potentially, and I might lose a little, but hey, it's worth that risk now if it's off an all-time high for me to consider taking out a small position, and I might just acquire the Bitcoin and fork it into something that's really down, like something that I've been watching for a long time. Let's see if we got anything in the red here. Waves, maybe a good time to consider getting into waves based on that. You'll always notice I always go straight for the red, like Electronium. I'm not panicking on Electronium. I'm really not. And you'll start to discover why I don't panic on that. Like I hold Electronium, but I see a red candle, I'm like, buying opportunity. You'll start to notice that about my videos. I'm always looking for red. Monaco. Not really trying to get into Monaco, but you can if you want. This Aeon, that's a pretty big red candle. Pura, pretty big red candle. Things are still up over the last 7 days. I'd be surprised to see these retrace, but I also wouldn't be surprised if this just in the next hour or two just completely flips to green again as the money pours back in, because the money's already pouring back in. Watch. Are they trying to get smaller whales to panic, or are they trying to get the average person to panic? I don't know. Or what's the strategy that the whales are playing? That's what I got to think of. That's what I got to think about. Like, why would they pull $30 billion out just like that? And it is like, it's institutional, because the money doesn't just pull out like that. That's it. That's a lot of money to just pull out. Okay. So it's like a couple people, or like one group of people that are doing that, or one major whale. But why are they pulling out of Bitcoin and Ethereum? Well, maybe because maybe they'd be taking profit on Ethereum, but why would they do that with Bitcoin? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'd have to think on that. Anyone want to put any comments in the comments below about why they would be doing that with Ethereum? Because I'd like to know that. Looks like Litecoin's down a little bit. IOTA was at an all-time high earlier. I'm starting to get really bullish on IOTA personally. I'm starting to like IOTA again. I'm okay with Cardano at this price. This Bitcoin Gold, I would say that you guys are asking me, is it time to get into Bitcoin Cash? And I actually responded in my last video. I said, no, it's actually not time to get into Bitcoin Cash, because I never recommend FOMO. What you would have wanted to do was get into Bitcoin Cash when you started hearing the rumors about Bitcoin Cash getting added to Coinbase. So you should have been buying it 1,500. So if I'm saying that, I'm looking at Bitcoin Gold right now. If you go onto the Bitcoin Gold website, and this is the kind of stuff I'm looking for, okay? And this was brought up by a viewer. They said, if you go on to Bitcoin Gold's website, coming soon, GDAX, this is Coinbase. They don't get added to GDAX without Coinbase. So if you're looking for the next Bitcoin Cash move, Bitcoin Gold might be your solution. I would jump in, because you're buying Bitcoin Gold before it pumps, when the money comes into Bitcoin Gold. So now this isn't financial advice, but this is the kind of stuff that we're thinking about. We're like, who's next to get added to Coinbase? Who's next to get the big surge out of that? It's not jumping into Bitcoin Cash all of a sudden because you're FOMOing. You know what I mean? We're not going to FOMO into Bitcoin Cash all of a sudden, but people will. Institutions will. Institutional money will pour in. Investor confidence will pour in. This will look like the crown jewel of Bitcoin. Like the headlines will read, "Is Bitcoin Cash going to replace Bitcoin?" All that stuff. Anyways, it's just funny to watch how some of this stuff. The longer you do this stuff, the more videos you watch from me and other people, and the more you just start delving into your own research, the more you start to realize. You start to see the things in the newbies, and you almost want to take them under your wing and say, "Come over here, newbie," so that you can train them up, so that they can take more newbies under their wing. That's kind of the deal. Like, I was a newbie once. Some of you are newbies. Some of you are vets. I don't know, but like, you'll start to see these newbies. They'll be like buying at all-time highs, asking to buy at all-time highs, and then they'll panic when the price goes down. They'll say, "Should I sell?" And then some of them won't even ask. They'll just do it anyway, and they'll sell. They'll short sell their position, and then you have to come in there and be like, "Dude, what are you doing?" Like, like, why did you just sell low? You don't buy high and sell low. You sell low, buy high. Or I mean, wow. See, I'm talking too fast. You buy low, sell high. Okay. So when it goes high to all-time highs, you consider taking profit. When it's low, that's when you look to get in. You know it's in the low when it's in the red. Okay. So what's in the red that you've been watching for a while? Because it doesn't always stay in the red, because at some point in time, it goes green. You know that this won't always be green because it'll go red. So it's just that simple principle will get you so much more than FOMOing. I'm just sharing this content with you guys. Anyways, if you like content like this, you can follow us on Twitter, AllcoinBuzzIO. You can follow us on Instagram, AllcoinBuzz. Let's see how this is growing. Let's see what's growing faster, this or Bitcoin. Okay, it's going up a little bit. You can turn on notifications here. This is only a 3-day-old Instagram, so that's kind of cool to see the growth there. Let's see how this is growing. This is growing pretty fast. Yeah, Twitter, like I was telling you guys in the other video, definitely start getting on Twitter. This is where you can get up to date. So anyways, guys, subscribe to this channel. If you're new here, you can just simply hit subscribe to this channel. And you can hit the notification button and get notified when videos like this drop where we do these discussions. We'll see you next time.